Hey guys, this is the 10th video in the series Becoming Well Read. In this series, I go through one of the books I've recently read in an attempt to become well read. In the last video, we talked about Rage, written by Richard Bachman, who we all know is really Stephen King, and that was written in 1977. And in this video, we are going to talk about The Shining by Stephen King. Also, the copyright on this book was from 1977. The Shining was made into a movie. Jack Nicholson was in it, and I think that's how it gained a lot of popularity. The main character in this book is Jack Torrance and his son Danny. Those are the two main characters, and Danny has what is called The Shining. What is The Shining? The Shining in this book is like a psychic ability. Danny has the ability to know where things are that have been lost, or to read people's thoughts, and sometimes he could turn it on and turn it off. It's interesting because he meets someone else with The Shining in this book, the cook. The cook is one of the workers from the hotel that his dad is going to caretake. His dad lost his job at the school he was working at. He was an English teacher, but he was a heavy drinker. He stopped drinking and he was very angry. He had problems with anger management. He hit a kid at the school. He was fired. The entire family is stuck taking care of this inn. Well, Jack is stuck taking care of the inn for the winter. There's nobody else there in the inn. It's just him, his wife, and his kid Danny. Crazy things start happening. The hotel is haunted, and it's so crazy because Danny sort of knew that weird things were happening because the other guy who had The Shining had given him a warning. He invited him into a car. He spoke to him. He told him, hey, steer clear of this room. You know, strange things have been going on. Little by little, Jack, there's no alcohol in the hotel, but he starts acting drunk. And the thing is that he goes, and it's sort of like time is warped, and he goes into like this party thing where he meets the bartender. There's really no one there, and he starts drinking. And then he gets really angry and goes on a tirade. The hotel, I guess, wants Danny and Danny's psychic ability. Jack thinks that they want him to be like a manager, like, you know, a high position person in this hotel, and he feels like Danny and his family are ruining it for him. He goes and tries to kill them. As he is going around, I think he had like I forgot what the game was called, but it was played with a mallet, sort of like the way you would play croquet. So he has a croquet mallet, and he's trying to hit his family with it. He really gets his wife pretty bad. Towards the end, it's just like a crazy scene. The boy sort of uses the Shining ability to call out to the chef guy who's all the way down on vacation in Florida. Vacation being he's working over there in Florida. And he decides to go. And he went to the hotel, and he's like trying to get there. All the roads are snowed in. He's getting like snowmobiles and stuff to travel better. When he gets there, the scene is horrible. The wife is all bloodied up and messed up, and Jack is going after the son. He gets hit by Jack. He gets hit pretty damn hard. You know, they somehow managed to get out. One of the interesting things, one of the most important parts of Jack's job was to make sure that the boiler, pressure in the boiler was let out. And during this entire thing that's happening, it wasn't. And so while the chef, Jack's wife, and Danny are able to get out of the building, Jack went downstairs to do the thing with the boiler, and it exploded. It was sort of like a possessed hotel, you know, taking over this guy and using him to attack his family to try to obtain his son's psychic power. It was I liked the book. Would I recommend this book to anybody? To be honest, I don't think this book is for everyone. I think that the psychic abilities, what they call The Shining, it was a bit far-fetched, and I know it's a horror book. I don't need it to be real, but it's just a bit too far-fetched for me. The fact that the chef knew to come because he felt Danny's psychic ability, that was just like too strange. But that was a very small part of the book. The fact that the hotel was possessed, that was interesting. And the way like the elevator would open and the party stuff would start coming out of it, I felt like that was really cool. The way that the hotel sort of possessed Jack Torrance and manipulated him to doing the things he did, I thought that was cool. And it was a nice little thriller. This isn't the first time that Stephen King has actually written places where people come to visit. This seems to be like a theme in some of his books. And this isn't the first time Stephen King has written about a place that actually has like a really strange history or a strange backstory or like a possession. Earlier this year, I had read Different Seasons, and in this there was a book called The Breathing Method. The Breathing Method in Different Seasons actually spoke about a library. And this library was very strange because its doors didn't always lead to earthly places, and the things that were in this library can be found nowhere else. It was just a very, very interesting place. Books that deal with places that are strange, somewhat haunted, metaphysical, I think that those are interesting stories. So The Shining and Different Seasons, I think that theme of a place that is special or different runs through them and runs through a lot of Stephen King's work. We could tie The Shining in with Rage, the last book that we read, in that one person, in this case Jack Torrance, in Rage it was the young boy in school, they have something wrong with them and they want to kill people. In this one it's his family, and for Rage it was the school teacher. The fifth video in Becoming Well Read, I spoke about a new book I had purchased, and that was Gerald's Game. I had repurchased it because I had lost it, but also I had purchased The Bazaar of Bad Dreams by Stephen King, and that was the new book. Well, this is the 10th video in the series, so I figured, why not? New book from Stephen King, Dr. Sleep, at least for me in my collection. The reason I had gotten this one specifically when I went to the bookstore was this. It says Red Rum in the back. Now, Red Rum is murder backwards, M-U-R-D-E-R, and it is basically the sequel to The Shining. So, great, new book, right? That's what I need, more stuff to read. So, I've actually already read the 11th book in this series, and so I could let you know that for the next video, I will be talking about Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter by Seth Grahame-Smith. I'm actually really happy about the way this video series is going. I think the videos just keep getting better and better. And if you've read The Shining, if you like The Shining, if you know what Dr. Sleep is about, I haven't read it or know much about it, leave a comment down below and hit like on this video. Please subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Ciao.